What's going on, dudes? Welcome to my YouTube video today. This is my second YouTube video on this channel. It's gonna be a little bit more laid back. Today we're doing a Fiverr commission for my friend Mitch. It's my first ever commission through Fiverr. I appreciate you, Mitch. Thank you for that. He wanted his Final Fantasy character in essentially like a profile picture bust shot. He requested a couple specific things. He wanted a medieval kind of maniacal laugh. He wanted some spiky fangs and a black vest for his character to be in. And he did send me some really good reference from the game of his character. As you can see here, I'm looking up some other good references from anime because anime is kind of my style and I wanted to have some solid reference to that. I also took some pictures of myself, but I don't think you're going to see them on this video. So I always use Pinterest to find reference, and if I can't find it on Pinterest, I just use Google Images. They both work, but I find that Pinterest has some pretty well catered towards artists references. If you don't use Pinterest, you should try it out, dude. I like the capabilities that it gives you to organize your pins and make boards for projects, and it helps me to kind of map things out visually before I start a project. It's kind of like, if you're familiar with design at all, it's kind of like doing a mood board, but it's on the computer, or on the internet. It's like a mood board, but it's on the computer, dude. It's fucking crazy. So anyways, I'm getting into the line work here. This, I think, is the second pass of lines that I did. And I'm just trying to kind of solidify the detail and, you know, refine it, make the proportions better. You can already see that some of the musculature with the arms is off a little bit, and I end up looking up some reference later that helps with that. But yeah, just going one line at a time, trying to refine it, and then we're going to do another pass after this. So here I was looking up some style reference to see what kind of style I wanted to use for the... Initially I thought this was a flat color commission, and then I realized later that he did ask for the full color version, so I ended up... You'll see I sent him a flat color version first, and then I ended up going in for more detail. So here we go, this is the third pass of lines. It's not really the final touch-up of the lines, but it's just me getting a consistency down for the thickness of the lines and that kind of thing, and just getting it nice and cleaned up. Getting deeper into the details here. I'm kind of building this vest. I struggled with this collar piece for a while, actually, just coming up with a dynamic looking, you know, it's kind of a stiff pose. He did ask for the cross arm pose, I forgot to mention that. The pose is a little stiff, but I tried to do what I could to make it a little more dynamic with like the tilt of the head upwards and some of his clothes and other materials on his attire. I spent some time going through some old videos, you can see right there. Maybe I'll post those somewhere. I used this video by Mark Brunet. I'll leave it in the description or maybe tag it on the video here, but I essentially used it for my whole process here, and it was really helpful in kind of showing me what I wanted to do in a concise manner. I'll insert a little image here and show you what that flat version looked like, but I realized that the Ao Ra, that's what this race is called from Final Fantasy, they have a lot more kind of flourishing to their like scales. So I ended up trying to find some good reference for that. I think there it is right there. Just some more detailed reference, and I kind of made up the patterns on the scales, but having the reference helped me get an idea of what that kind of looked like and how the light reflects off of it. But yeah, there's a flat rendition you can see right there, and I'm just coming in for a lot more detail with line work. Oh, and he didn't request any scars or anything like that, but I thought it would be appropriate, so I gave him a single scar. Because he's a fighter, dude. He's like a lancer or something like that. And here I come in with the shading. You can see I'm flipping back and forth, and this really helped. They always say don't paint with black or whatever, but this helps you define your character or your shapes in the 3D space. And I think you can always take this layer that is black and use Photoshop's color swapping abilities and kind of change it to, like, if you wanted like blues for your shading or something like that. But I went ahead and put that under the flats layer, so you'll see I'll flip back and forth between it just to see how it looks with the flats on. And it kind of gives a sense of like a false lighting, but there's actually, I mean, I'm using like the idea of a light source below him, but I haven't added any lights in. It's just the shading and the flat colors. Just a side note, here's an upcoming testament of how easily distracted I get and how often I leave OBS recording after I've stopped working.
Oh my god, I'm still recording.
Yeah. Still working on the shading. This part is one of the longest steps for sure. And here's where I went back and found that good shoulder and cross-armed reference to build out some of the muscles in a more realistic way. There's only a couple parts where that's relevant, but to me it was bugging me that I couldn't get it to look right. So finally, I'm moving on to the lighting step. This one's pretty short. I only ended up doing one light source because I tried a second one, you'll see, behind him. And I just didn't really like it, and I was already past the point of wanting to go very much further with it, and I felt like it was at a good point. So I made the background black, adjusted some of the colors on the flats layer. And yeah, I added in, you can see right there, I'm just adding in some kind of saturated, vibrant lights on a new layer. So guys, after the lighting, we're pretty much done. And that's about it for this Fiverr commission piece. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you. Consider leaving a like and maybe subscribing. If you want to find my Fiverr commissions or my Redbubble shop, the link will be in the description, as well as all my other social links. Shouts out to Mitch for the commission, and shouts out to Mark Grenay for his painting process video that was really helpful during this. Thanks again, everybody. Have a good one.